I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here.
No use.
I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Useless.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy. And our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my God. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean.
Father, what's
It's
going
me.
on? What's happening?
I'm your dad. Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh. It'll be okay, Sean. I'm here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as As you mean to your son. To Sean.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality, and here I am. Raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Yeah, you lost me. I don't see the point of any of this.
You don't see the connection. Let me try to explain. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
I don't believe you. There's no way any of this is true.
I wish there was something to say. I know this isn't what you wanted. But it's the only truth I can offer you.
You're my son? Then prove it. Now.
I've already told you how I came to be here. I don't know what further proof I can offer that would convince you. I've shown you my trust. Your weapons haven't been confiscated, and I stand unarmed before you. Please, let's just talk.
If this is true, where do we start?
I know you must have questions. Please, anything I can do to help you understand.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother.
Yes. I've gone over the...
Sean, she loved you so much.
I have no doubt. I'm afraid I have very little experience. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. With old age come... But what else can I...
Uh-huh. Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But, director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position, obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever, just... I know there's more for us. The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped, and now, after all these years, you have an opportunity.
You want me to stay here? In the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
Are you sure you want this?
Yes, I am. It would benefit us both to work together.
I just don't know.
Just give it time. Give the Institute a chance. The Institute is now your home as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. AO in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience. And finally, Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been...
Sean, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to be solved, of course, but...
It seems like a strange choice, on more than one level.
I can understand how it might seem that way. It is something... I'll make sure it's brought, but... Do you think you could love him?
I don't need a synth. I found the real Sean.
Yes, but not the Sean you were looking for. In some ways, the synth is far closer to what you expect. I wouldn't claim to know everything you're feeling, but if in some small way the boy's presence can help.
Sean.
Let your surroundings be a reminder of what science and willpower can accomplish.
us a clean floor. Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see
Welcome to the
grinding dust?
Institute, sir.
Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after
Carry
you
on, sir.
disassemble, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive
Hi, Doc.
servo.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie. When Father told us, if you don't mind my...
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great... Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any question. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical system. We maintain and up... There's a lot of machinery. The work we do, So...
I'm not on board with anything.
No? And yet here you are, poking around. One might find that... If you're not planning on staying, I'd recommend... You're up, and consider having another talk with Sean. He really is anxious to have you with us. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place.
Absolutely. Over the year, when necessary. Fortunate, it's a good thing. That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as...
Dr. Fillmore,
What's
I
on
don't
your
know.
mind?
it
Most
must
of
be
them
a
have lasted
challenge to
long
meet the
past
power
their
demands.
Absolutely.
If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks again.
That's it.
Detecting sentient life. Alert level activated. Resetting threat level. Scanners clear. Scanning. A Soltron-class combat robot to unknown interloper. Reveal yourself immediately. Standing down.
Loctite. That's it.
Ambush. Ambush. Defensive protocols engaged.
Just order.
Middle distance. I have been programmed to efficiently terminate human
you had time to examine my latest reports on Batch 274?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. Those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject. They're still people, and they're suffering.
How can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well,
That's it.
That's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well, I suppose you're right. Sorry, but I'm too preoccupied for chit-chat.
Humanity's future is taking root right here.
Hey, Doc.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holt, I can't wait for you.
I'm sure it's fast.
Of course. Before you go, as the name our most to that end, we've even you probably saw the gorillas.
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. The initiative, I'm sure.
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in.
Great. In any case.
I'm good for now.
Take care.
Is it true food supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one. Can't we keep it a little longer?
I will be happy to forward your request.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes.
Don't worry. I promise I won't get you.
Thank you. I do appreciate. Oh, before I forget, I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. You're to be given full access with the ability to relay in and out.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, in case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of... If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of... Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
All right.
Scanning. Subject identified.
Hi.
Scanning. Unknown identity. Clearance confirmed.
No visible reaction to the K-14 combat.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can
Carry
tell him
on,
that I
sir.
intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking
Operating at full capacity.
We're all looking forward to
Are
working with
seriously
you.
thinking of heading over to robotics to knock
You're
some heads
here.
together?
Glad you made it.
It's an honor to...
Reporting status.
Sometimes you have to lean on the other departments a little to get what you need.
Did I
Hi,
turn
Doc.
off the interferometer?
Here you are. Just an A. I'll be upfront. Despite, I'm sure.
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be elected. It's nothing personal. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief. Our primary responsibility.
I'm sure it's best for everyone if the synths remain.
Certainly. We can't allow sophisticated institute tech. The results could be. Our main instrument, coursers, hunt. They are highly so. What I gather you know. In fact,
I'm no stranger to combat.
even so, a courser.
Sure.
Now, unless you.
You mentioned that coursers under...
The SRB
Uh-huh.
those who show tenacity. We teach them those who pass it.
So much research, so little time.
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't reach it. Primary level. Also, if you haven't patched your navigation software,
Greetings.
do so.
As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we've accomplished. None of it has been easy. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefine. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for... A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memory under his leadership. The Raiders, I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like...
Who erased his memories? And why?
Those idealistic radicals who call themselves the Railroad are behind it. We'll deal with them in time. But right now, the priority is to reclaim that synth. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger.
Hey,
Point the way.
Piper.
Hungry? These always keep me going.
Your thoughts?
Nothing stays hidden forever. At least, not...
Your thoughts?
There's a story here?
Is everything all right between us, Piper?
You got nothing to worry about. We're good, Blue. Now what do you say we get back to making trouble?
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
I'm busy.
Here's that holotape you gave me. Full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging.
The Institute isn't our enemy, remember.
I know, but it never hurts to be prepared. Just in case they just... all the good stuff on here is going to be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can crack it. After that, well, I'll have to see...
Blue, we're not alone. There you are. waste otherwise.
No way to pick this. How you doing, buddy? Hey, boy. Think you can find something for me? See if there's any good stuff nearby, boy.
I can carry something if you need me to.